Hello and welcome to JRA Small Engine How To. In this installment, we're going to talk about tightening up your recoil. You see this all the time. They come into the shop or what have you. Chainsaw starts getting old, the rope starts stretching, the spring starts fatiguing, and you got this hanging off to the side when you're trying to cut or when you're trying to reach for it to start it, it's not there. Not only does it cause a safety precaution, or safety hazard I should say, but it's kind of a pain to look for it all the time and get it caught up in things or wrapped around the handle in some way. We're going to show you how to fix this. Only takes a couple minutes. You usually pop these bolts off. There's usually 4, but this old steel 028 only has 3. Got some other covers here I'll show you in a minute. Same concept. In rare cases the spring is broke. That might be something that you want to take to your local shop to get fixed. Speaking from experience, it takes a little bit to get used to dealing with the springs inside of there. But we're going to go ahead and pop this off, and we'll show you what's going on there. I got it hooked up to a drill, and I should say to use precaution when using it. Make sure it's clutch, especially going back on, and especially with these older style straight Allen bolt, or not Allen bolts, but just regular screw heads. It's real easy to slip off of there and damage the saw for the customer or yourself. I'm going to come around here and I'm going to show you this. Usually take a little pliers, a little screwdriver or something to help you out here. But here you got the starter cover, starter housing. Here's your pulley, your starter dog, your rope, and your spring is on the back side of that, held on by this clip. Now what happens there, like we stated, that spring gets a little fatigued and it doesn't come back all the way. So a real simple way to fix this is pull it out, give yourself some slack, and then hold on to the pulley so you can get in here and pull this around. Now you got enough to get your hand on it. You let go of the pulley and go ahead and wind that pulley 1, 2, maybe, judging on the tension, maybe 3 times. And it's going to wind up this rope a little bit. You got to undo it. Don't go too far because it'll cause premature spring failure or shorten the amount of pull that you do have in the rope, because the spring will get all the way to the end and bind. But see, and you're back in business. It's nice and tight. Throw that back on quick. Now make sure when you're putting this back on, when you get it in there, and on some models more than others, that you get it up flush and you give it just a little bit of pull to let those starter pulls set in there, because it's real easy to get it in there cockeyed and go ahead and tighten this down and go ahead and crack the housing there, especially if you're using a clutch drill. But make sure you got your drill clutch back, or just do it by hand if you're not used to it. Throw this back on. And away we go. Now, we showed you on this 028 wood boss steel, but I brought a couple other ones up here to show you how they look. About the same. Same concept here. Get in there, wind the spring a couple times. This old Sax, about the same concept. Now the Echo and the old Homelite ones, all the same concept, but this, the way it's designed, it doesn't leave you much room just to wrap the pulley, so that's why they have this little slot cut out. You take, like you did before, give yourself some slack, hold the pulley, get the rope up out of there, then go ahead and move the pulley over until you get to that slot, and then go ahead and wind it 2-3 times. Again, not too much. Put too much tension on the spring. You're back in business. Use that slot. If you have one of these old Homelites, you probably already know that that's a common problem. So there we are. That's the first installment of JRA Small Engine How-To. I look forward to doing a few more, and any comments or any suggestions would be appreciated. Want to know what you guys want to know out there. Something simple for you that you don't have to take into the shop. Oh, and always, have a good day. Thanks.